Hey, it's me, and I wanted to wish everyone a happy Pride Month and tell you guys a little bit about what Pride means to me, personally. Now, I don't know all the history about Pride, about the first marches, about all the struggles, all that kind of stuff. I wish I knew more. But I've known what I read, and I know what's happened recently with the legalization of gay marriage and a whole bunch of stuff, and leaps and bounds and steps and all this kind of cool stuff. And I love it. I love the difference between growing up when I did. I was a 90s kid, and it was more hush hush. It definitely wasn't a very much public topic that you would just talk about. And I know a lot of people that had a lot of difficulties with things. I grew up in a small town, and I had my ups and downs, but I never got bullied. I never got beaten, mostly because I never really told a lot of people about it. It wasn't until I moved to Vancouver where I started really exploring a lot of stuff, seeing, meeting new people, it's experiencing new experiences, and really finding myself. And I got a lot of friends and family to thank for helping me. And along the road and along the journey, I lost some friends. I've gained some new ones. So, I just want to say thanks to everyone who's been with me personally along with my journey and put up with me and all this kind of stuff like that. But what Pride really means to me is acceptance, is equality, is being proud of who you are in your core, of who, no matter what you put out there, no matter how you dress, no matter what you do, yourself in your core is who you are, and how, if you're a good person and you do good things and you try really hard, I will appreciate that much more than someone who's fake or flaky or just, two-faced and all this kind of stuff. And Pride to me means, being able to express yourself as much as you want to express. For some people, it doesn't mean that, when Pride comes around with the month, to wear rainbow clothes or to drastically change what you do. It just means that, you recognize Pride Month, and in Vancouver we have Pride celebrated from June all the way to August kind of thing, with a bunch of cool events and things like that. And it's really cool. It's great seeing families come out and support. It's great seeing the communities all come together, all these different music communities, art communities, drag, theater, music, everyone just come together and celebrate. And you have these big companies that are recognizing Pride and people in the LGBTQ community, and you have all these really good things that are happening in the world. And I'm very lucky to live in a place where our Pride is still going on strong. We're 50 years strong, and we're working really hard to make it inclusive for everyone. And I know there's been some issues already around the world, and my heart goes out to anyone who's been affected or knows, or even just my heart saddens from it happening, from ignorance and uneducated people around the world. And that's what I really think it is. It's not so much pure demonic hate. It's uneducation about what really revolves around Pride and LGBTQ and everything, and all this kind of stuff. I'm proud for who I am, but it took me a long time to figure myself out, and it takes a long time for the community and other people in my family and things like that to accept and to really understand. And that's just me, that's just my family. I know there's tons of people out in the world that don't get it, and there's nothing against them. We shouldn't ban them from coming to Pride. We shouldn't discriminate against them for not understanding. Fighting hate with hate is just stupid. There's a lot of people that recently in the last month I've seen a lot of posts that are specifically like, don't let Trump supporters at Pride, or man, if I see a Trump supporter at Pride, I'm gonna kick them out, or blah 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 blah. And you're discriminating a large population of Americans, that have voted for Trump and things like that. And you may have your own thoughts on Trump and things like that. I'm not a Trump supporter, but why discriminate against all these people? They made a political choice. Cool beans. Everyone in Canada makes political choices, whether you voted for Trudeau or you didn't. Why should we all of a sudden be like, oh, you voted for Harper? Oh, you're not allowed in Pride. And, because you made that vote, maybe you then a month later realize, he wasn't actually the best. Cool, that kind of sucked. I'll make a better informed decision next time, or all this kind of stuff. You shouldn't discriminate against anyone. Pride's about being accepting, about, if you're preaching about, people in the world should accept all of us, are trans, all the spectrum, and, feel that in your heart that the world should accept us, then why can't we accept the world? That is just a fact. You have to go both ways. You have to take the high road. Discrimination against people in general is bad. Discrimination against the LGBTQ community, hate, all this hate crimes, all this stuff, I 100% agree. Don't support people that do it. Try and educate them, but don't, we still shouldn't fight fire with fire. If there's a legal way of prosecuting them, do it. Don't go, because you heard someone slandered someone, don't go light their house on fire. Don't go, and it seems extreme, but that's what started this in the first place. People were scared about, gays, lesbians, and their destruction of the sanctity of marriage and all this kind of stuff. And they would bully and badger and burn our houses and beat us up and all this kind of stuff. And why should we do the same thing? Why should we fight hate with hate? Why should we, think, the cops shouldn't be allowed at Vancouver Pride or whatever that was a couple of years ago? Cops are people too. They have families. They probably have people in the community that they know now more than ever. And not wanting them at Pride to me is stupid. Cool. If they want to attend as people, as themselves, as their own people, 100%. You don't want, Vancouver police or whatever they stood for, whatever that debate was. Organizations are different than people. Organizations are made up of people, for sure. But there's no reason we should discriminate a whole bunch of people against for what they believe in. We believe in all different things. Some of us, are LGBTQ and are still religious, that practice religion. There's no reason we should shame people who are still practicing religion. They're doing what they want to do, and we're doing what we want to do. There's no line that has to separate us. We are people, and that's what we're trying to fight for. Equality. We want to be recognized just as high quality as anyone else in humanity. And we want acceptance, we want understanding, and we want, love. We want to be able to do what we want to do. And that we have to lead by example. We have to be the better people. We can't, get all this recognition from the government. We can't get all this news press and then all of a sudden go around and say, oh yeah, we're celebrating Pride, but no Trump supporters. That just seems very taking steps backwards to me. Once again, these are my own thoughts. These are what Pride means to me. Pride to me means acceptance. I'd rather see people at Pride celebrating themselves than staying home because they're afraid of, if they go to Pride, that they'll be laughed at or they'll be bullied for what they believe in, because that's not Pride. that's not cool. I would love to see people just attend, support events, support the community, educate themselves. There's so many cool things about Pride, especially in Vancouver, that we do to try and educate people. And if people in the community just attend, we're not educating anyone. We want the people who don't get us to come and to learn and not be like, oh, cool. They're not some crazy freaks. They're real people. And we want better understanding. We want to spread this education out to everyone. And that's the power we have right now. So, please take a thought. I'd love to hear what you guys think down below. And I'll talk to you guys later. Happy Pride. Love you guys. Bye.